I guess I didn't watch too much. I'm not entirely sure why. First of all, I finished Blue Exorcist. I watched Volume 4, and I was actually pretty satisfied with where it ended. I mean, okay, sure, it could have ended in an even more badass way than it did, but it kind of wrapped itself in a way that's not too unusual, not too bad for the kind of show that it is. So overall, I thought it was a pretty worthwhile watch. I don't remember the specials too well, but they were kind of amusing, what I do remember of them. Let's see. A really strange thing I watched this week is, what's it called? Roots of Japanese Anime, which contains 8 different little shorts from 1930 to 1942. I say shorts, but actually, the last one, which was, I think Momotaro and the Sea Eagles, was 45-ish, 40-ish minutes long. Maybe just a little under that. But, yeah, everything else was like 3 minutes to 15 minutes. And they were very interesting. Some very simple things, some very not simple things. But it was actually just kind of interesting to watch them just as the snapshot of history that they were. It's real fascinating, but I didn't want to try and single out and talk about all of them because I'm not quite sure what I would be able to say in 30 seconds about a 3-minute thing. I mean, because there was just a real similar theme between pretty much all of them, where it's like, this doesn't seem entirely unlike something from that era, other than the fact that they are more Japanese-ish. Just amusing overall. Other than that, I'm trying to remember if I watched anything else, what else I watched, etc. I'm having trouble remembering. I guess. Let's see. I definitely rewatched Madoka Magica DVD 2 last night because somebody I'm watching it with. We watched DVD 1 a week ago, and so we watched it this week, and he starts working today, and he's on the break, and on his break looking at the video now, I think. But basically, we won't be able to watch it until next week, so it was just all perfect timing. And it was good to watch it just before I started DVD 3 here. Oh, I guess one thing I watched was I also watched Blue Exorcist Volume 1. And then, because one of my friends started rewatching it, I started realizing that Blue Exorcist kind of has an emotional deepness to it that's not very common in a lot of anime of this type. Which overall I find to be a pretty positive thing, something kind of fresh and neat about it. Like, I can watch it and kind of feel better about myself while watching it. And then I also watched the Read or Die OVA, and that one was quite entertaining. I guess the big thing is that over the weekend, since this friend was going to start watching, since he was going to start working, he's been searching for a job for a while, and he's finally working. Yay. I decided to take a look at the anime that were highest on the list to decide what we should try and tackle over the weekend. We tackled Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. And watching it after having watched the movie versions, there are some things about it that aren't as spectacular, but it's really easy to get sucked into it, at least for me. And let's see, there were some details. I didn't realize the movies had added as many little details here and there as they had, which overall contributes more to the way they wrap up, I guess. Which is overall interesting. We didn't get a chance to rewatch the movies themselves, but that's okay. Those are just like a couple hours apiece. That's not too bad. And overall, I got to rewatch Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. It's been a while since I watched it. It was quite entertaining. Not quite quite sure how else to describe it. Alright, part of me can't help but think, no, that's how I prioritize things, so that's fine. The only other thing I did was I finished Breaking Bad Season 3, because I thought Season 4 was coming out today, but it was actually last week. I completely lost track of time. Oops. So, whatever. That was very good. I definitely want to start watching Season 4. It arrives tomorrow. If my friend doesn't come over, then I get to watch it, blah, blah, blah. But that's not anime. So here we go. We end the anime analysis with me looking very forward to watching Madoka Magica. Also, afterthought of Madoka DVD 2, it is probably not a good way to wind down after playing Amnesia The Dark Descents. Not that I played Amnesia in a way where I would necessarily... Okay, I did play in a way where I'd be terrified, but not in the way the makers of the game. I get really terrified of the game pretty easily, so I was intentionally playing kind of in a goof-off, I'm playing a game sort of way, and I intentionally was pretty aggressive with dealing with the monsters, which scared the fuck out of me, and yeah, let's just say that Madoka Magica, especially where DVD 2 starts, that is not a good way to wind down from it. It's, oof. So I'm looking forward to watching the third and final volume. So I'm going to go ahead and end the anime analysis so I can do just that.